Hi guys, and thank y'all so much for watching and tuning into this Ethereal vibe video. Okay, another installment. It's not typically what you would see because normally you'll be hearing me or seeing words. But yeah, I just kind of want to talk to you guys face to face and meet you guys face to face, and just to speak on this topic really quickly of picking your poison. Just don't drink this shit all at once. If you're a human being living on this earth, living within this reality, you're going to be dealing with a lot. You're going to be dealing with a lot of God-made things and a lot of man-made things. And a lot of times these things are going to clash. And these things are going to clash in the sense of physical versus spiritual, mental versus emotional, physical versus metaphysical. You know what I'm saying? It's going to clash a lot. But if you are someone who is of spiritual prowess or spiritual enlightenment, you understand this already. And what's unfortunate about the world and about people sometimes is that we're always trying to teach each other something. We're always trying to show each other something. We're always trying to help each other let me put that in quotation marks, help each other be better. When a lot of times we struggle the worst. You know, the main ones who are trying to be leaders really need to be followers. They really need to be students, you know, and it's unfortunate, but that's the reality. You have to observe people's actions and also observe them in certain situations, how they respond, how they react, how they do things. I'm someone who's spiritual, okay? I'm someone who also has a religious background, so I am connected to both realms, okay? But I'm not someone who's always preaching about how somebody needs to be spiritual. I'm not always preaching about how somebody needs to be religious. I let you find your peace with God so that you can understand the path and the purpose of how you need to follow things. I'm not someone who's going to encourage you to get into tarot or reading oracles or any type of spiritual modalities that you may feel like you may want to consider. No, I allow God, Jesus, divine guidance overall. I hope the best for you. And if that's something you want to get into, that's absolutely fine. I'm not someone who's going to judge you for it, for doing it, or judge you for not doing it. You're going to get exactly what you get out. I mean, you're going to get exactly what you put in. You know, your intention is going to tell everything. You know what I'm saying? That's what people really need to be observant of. Your intention and your actions are going to tell everything about yourself and about the person, whoever they are, whatever position or role that they play. I want to give a few examples, okay? If someone decides to become vegan, okay, they decided to make this change to become vegan. Ain't nothing wrong with it. 100% for it. Hey, plant-based all the way. Why not? You know, if it's helping you to live longer, if it's helping you to heal, if it's helping you to feel better, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have any issue with that. But what I do have an issue with is the fact that you pick the poison of being vegan, but now you feel like you can tell everybody about how they need to be vegan all the time. Oh my goodness, you're eating a steak. Do you know how much that's linked to cancer? Everybody knows the unfortunate factual truths about red meat, about processed meat, about chicken, about, at this point, fucking fish in the sea. I'm gonna get on that, but there's so many things to dissect. There are so many things wrong with everything. That's why this earth is imperfect, because man is always trying to clash and compete with God. That's the problem. And that's why everybody a lot of times is so confused, and everybody's trying to hang on to everybody else for something. You know what I'm saying? Master yourself for your own intention, for your own purpose, and for your own reasons. And once you make peace with that, be it with that, God, Jesus, divine guidance overall, because you were purposefully led to this place in your life, learn that, master that, outwardly enhance that, empower that energy. And then God is going to bring you around people that you can actually be a leader for, because you built yourself up to be a leader. You didn't preach and try to teach all day after learning something for 2 minutes. You get what I'm saying? Figuratively speaking, you actually put in years of quiet, consistent work, committed work. So now that you can actually talk and project to people the way that they need to hear it. Because sometimes people be talking, but they just be on shit because it's trendy. They just be on shit because it gets attention. They just be on shit because it gets the money. And that's what you got to read through. You understand what I'm saying? It's the quiet work when nobody gives a fuck. It's the quiet work when nobody cares. It's the quiet work when nobody's paying attention to you, when everybody's ignoring you, when everybody's shading you about, oh, they got their little channel, they got their little page, they got this little that. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused on what you're doing. Stay focused on how you're gonna build it. You ain't gotta overly express it to nobody. All you gotta do is work on your seeds, work on your crops. So when your harvest comes in, it's beautiful. And that motherfucker that's hating ain't got shit to say. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people do this all day long. Meanwhile, you look at their track record in their history of whatever they're claiming to believe, whatever they're claiming to be, and it's not giving. It's not matching up. Same thing. Another example: if somebody were to be pescatarian, okay, that's so great. You're a pescatarian. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you eat just shellfish. I'm glad that you just eat creatures of the sea. But you're no better than a meat eater. Sorry. You're just a pescatarian. You're just someone that eats shellfish. You know, a pescatarian is no better than a person that's vegan. You're just vegan. That's it. If you're going to lead with your ego, if you're going to lead with your so-called macho-ness and your so-called Puritan and mastered sense of self because you decided to be vegan because you feel like it'll bring you attention, or it'll bring you more followers, or it'll get you in more doors, it's corny. Sorry, shit is corny all fucking day long. I don't care what avenue you decide to do. I don't care what fucking lifestyle you decide to live. I don't care what thing you decide to pick and choose to tack onto your identity, your so-called identity, whatever it is. If it is ego-based at the end of the day, if all you're going to do is store it up in other people's faces, if all you're going to do is tell other people what they should be doing instead of allowing people to be guided to what they need to do, to be guided to where they need to be, you wasting time. You corny. You ain't no better than a false prophet. And nowadays, in modern times, false prophets are spread over so many categories. You got false prophets that are religious, spiritual, in the fitness community, and social media, everywhere. You have to understand that a lot of these people are just doing shit for the sake of their ego. It always tells in their actions. Eventually, it always shows. That's what I recommend everybody be aware of and just be cautious of. You're never going to leave this earth unscathed with something, either trauma, some form of toxicity, or whatever. You could be the most helpful, most loving person in the world, but you smoke cigarettes. Are cigarettes the best fucking thing to smoke? Hell no. Cigarettes, we all know, cause what? Cancer. But am I going to preach to you all day about why you shouldn't smoke cigarettes? No, because you know what you're doing. Why would I do that all day with you? Because I don't smoke cigarettes. Oh, I don't smoke cigarettes. So that means that you're going to get cancer and I'm not. You understand what I'm saying? It's weird because you got to be humble to life and the decisions that you made and the self-mastery that you're acquiring and trying to attain. Because God can flip that thing real quick. God can humble you real quick. And before you know it, this person's been smoking cigarettes for 20 fucking years, but all of a sudden you got cancer. God forbid. I'm not speaking any of that into existence for anybody. But you have to be humble. You have to be aware of the choices and the decisions that you make as an individual. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. You just turned vegan 2 minutes ago. Now all of a sudden, you're eating that. You're eating this. Be quiet. You've been natural for 2 years. Hush. Because just a few years ago, just a couple of weeks, I was about to say just a couple of weeks ago, respectfully, just a couple of weeks ago, a couple of years ago, you were getting relaxers. You were getting your head braided down for weeks at a time, months at a time. You washed your hair 6 to 4 to 8 months at a time. Now all of a sudden you natural now. Okay. Just chill with your naturalness. Chill on mama, cool on mama, chill on daddy, on that, because it's like, it's at that point it's giving ego. At that point it's giving, oh my God, I'm so master. Oh my God, I'm so elevated. Y'all need to come up with me. It takes time for everybody to change. It takes time for everybody to improve. It takes time for everybody to commit and submit to their process and their purpose. And I'm gonna be honest with you, unfortunately, not everybody's gonna do that. Not everybody's going to be ready to do that. Not everybody's going to accept it. But some people are going to. Some people are willing. Some people will. And those are the people that we're going to need the most in the end, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the ones that are the most, respectfully, most connected to God in the higher realms. Because you have to understand whatever sense of purpose and self-mastery, again, that you are looking to acquire and attain and maintain and uplift and elevate and empower. You do it because of you. You do it because God guided you to it. You do it because God, Jesus, and Divine's guidance overall is guiding you. They're allowing you to open this avenue up for yourself to be able to be this brand new version of yourself. Because again, if you change it, everybody got problems with you changing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got to preach and teach. All you got to do is learn and build and grow and water your seeds and plant them and put sunshine on them. You know what I'm saying? Allow the water to wet the soil. You know what I'm saying? So that when your harvest come in, it's exactly how you need it to be. It's exactly where you need it to be. And those that love to talk stuff, or those that didn't believe in you, those that didn't believe in your abilities to whatever, they're silent now. They have nothing to say. Because the same ones who told you shouldn't, those are the same ones that couldn't and didn't. Okay? So that's another aspect to it. Everybody has a thing about them that's toxic, that is imbalancing, that's not 100% perfect, from the mental to the spiritual to the physical to the emotional. There's always something that we can improve and fix. My thing is, be at peace with yourself for the most part. That way you won't call yourself trying to compete or compare or attack other people for what they do. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand why y'all eat red meat. Child, hush. You know why. Because a few years ago, that's who you were. You would turn that motherfucking steak up. You would turn that motherfucking cheeseburger up. Hush. You get what I'm saying? Everybody has their level of growth. Everybody has their level of ascension. Everybody has their ways of how they need to be purposefully fulfilled on this planet in connection with God and Divine's guidance. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I recommend that y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Don't put no pressure on yourself to be this perfect person spiritually or any other type of way you feel like you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Another example, like people who are natural versus people who aren't natural. I don't consider anybody any better than any other person until I start seeing ego. And then that's when I start seeing, okay, I know who this person is and I know who that person is. When I start seeing a person boast because they're natural, when I see a person start to boast because they got all this money now, all of a sudden they're so rich, they got all the money now, the other bitches are broke and they can't hang with them. You know what I'm saying? It's giving corny, respectfully. It's giving corny. Because just a little while ago or just some time ago, you ain't had no money. You were in that same group. You were in that same category. And ain't nothing wrong with leveling up and growing. But at the same time, if all you gonna do is evolve, grow, ascend, and so-called master just to show your ass and your ego later, you ain't really talking about shit. You ain't really do shit. You didn't. You didn't. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but you didn't. If all you're going to do is get better just so that you can say how better you are than somebody else, you're not doing shit. You're not doing anything. That there's no room for you to be a leader or any form of an influencer for nobody, because you wasted your own time. You did all that time and all those years of doing all of what you did only to be like, oh, look at me. You should be like me. No, encourage somebody to be more like themselves. That's what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Follow your path, follow your purpose, and whichever God has guided you to take. Embrace that from a soul space, from a real place, and just hone in on this shit. Don't worry about how advanced someone appears to be or how advanced someone is. Don't worry about how mastered someone comes off or appears versus someone who actually is. Stay focused. Okay? Stay focused on why you chose it. Stay focused on why you continue to do it. Stay focused on why you're embracing it now to this day. And if your answer is always going to be because I want to influence the world, because I want to change the world, because I want to do this for other people in the world, that's cute, respectful. That's so commendable. but that really doesn't mean much, because what you should be saying initially, I want to do this because I was guided to. I want to do this because this is what's in my heart. I want to do this because God has put me in this place to where I just feel so focused and so purposeful and so fulfilled doing these particular things, these particular things, this particular way. Simple. Doesn't matter how perfect you look. Doesn't matter how perfect you come off to be. Doesn't matter how much you try to compare and compete. We all can be humble. We all can be humble. And that's something that we all need to be mindful of. Yeah, everybody is mastered on some level in some degree. But if you're going to show your ass and your ego, you just wasted your whole time. You just wasted your whole time and your own time. And God looking at you like, I'm telling you, it's a waste of time. Nothing about anything or anybody is 100% perfect. Pick your poison. Don't take that shit all at once, because you're not going to come up from this earth 100% karmically free. Okay? I want y'all to check out this song by Kendrick Lamar. I believe it's called Killer. Okay? And I'm going to put the subtitle on the video. But I want y'all to check that song out because it basically explains what I just said. Everybody can be dissected. Everybody can be talked about. Everybody can be corrected and perfected in ways that we feel like we already are. And oh no, you can do more. You can do better. You know, be humble about your truth. Be humble about your process and what you chose and why you chose what you chose. And stop trying to make it about everybody else. Make it about yourself. Make it about your connection with God. That's what you need to do. Seek God's approval first. Seek divine's guidance approval first. Seek their encouragement first. Because ain't nobody gonna give a fuck until you start becoming a hot trending topic. That's when people are gonna start to care. And a lot of times, half of them motherfuckers, respectfully, are gonna fall off as soon as they get tired. Okay? You may awaken many, but some of them don't have the juice for it. They just don't. And that's okay. You know? All I'm saying is, do what you're supposed to do the way that you're supposed to do it from a real, true place within yourself, in peace with God, Jesus, and divine's guidance overall, and you're going to be all right. You're going to be guided to the people that you need to teach the information to, show the information to. I'm never someone to judge anybody for anything that they do, especially if it's helping them. I'm not going to tell you all because you get relaxers or weaves that you need to be doing something else, you know, because, oh my goodness, there's so many things caused and linked to cancer. They treat the air. You're breathing air that they treat. They've always been trying to poison us. You don't get that? Respectfully. I'm just speaking to the people who don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing you got to constantly remind yourself of. It ain't about that. Because ain't nothing perfect. It's not about that. Just stay focused on what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it. Your people are going to be guided to you, and you're going to be guided to your people, and things are going to work out the way that they're supposed to. Don't let your ego drive the fucking boat. Don't let your pride get in the way of what you actually supposed to do versus what you're not supposed to do. Stay in alignment, and you're going to see. You're going to see every single time when it comes to yourself and when it comes to somebody else, okay? So that's what I mean by picking your poison. Just don't drink that shit all at once, okay? With all that being said, collective, thank y'all so much for listening. Thank y'all so much for watching. Okay, up until this point. If y'all want to see this one card oracle pool for this video, I hope that you stay tuned in for it. But that's what I want to share. You know, this is the Crystal Mandala Oracle, Channel the Power. I'm not sure y'all probably can see it like that now in the light. This is by Alana Fairchild. I absolutely love her oracle decks. Okay, I got a few of them, but yeah. Every time I see this, I see like an Egyptian blue scarab. But yeah, I'm going to pull an oracle. God, Jesus, divine guidance of our ask you to bring forth a clarifying message for the collective. Whatever it is that they may need to know, understand, and connect with as I have brought the message through. And I just want to share that with y'all because that's something that I truly believe, and that's something that I've always felt, and I just felt guided. You know, I just felt the need to share that with y'all, and I'm sure some of y'all probably agree too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just common fucking sense. You know, it's the same thing with people who have education, or people who went to school and graduated high school, or people who didn't. You know, you're no better than someone who didn't graduate high school. you know, just because you graduated high school, respectfully. You may have more opportunities, but a lot of times nowadays, these people make way more money than people who got fucking degrees. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta be humble to the truth and the fact of anything could be different given whatever type of situation or scenario. It doesn't matter sometimes what you have or don't have. It's what God allows you to have. It's the favor, it's the grace, it's what's in your heart, it's what's in your mind. It's about your intention and your choices. And that's what people really need to stay focused on. Their intentions, their choices, their peace, their healing. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll find their way. They won't be confused by piling up with a whole bunch of people who are just as confused as them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Hope that y'all enjoyed that message, and I hope that I, spoke about it as articulately, okay, as I could. Let's see. 311 guys and grace. What's one message that can solidify the energy that I just brought through, the words that I just spoke? 311 guys and grace. What comes through? Relief and repair. Ascended Master, Mataji, and Crimson Cooper. Okay, this is Crystal Master number 333. Let's go ahead and read it and get into it. Okay.